back for another episode of Friday Faves. I am board certified and licensed music therapist Donnie Lee, and we're so glad that you've joined us back here at the Music Medicine Club. So let's jump right into it. Happy Women's History Month. Yes, that's right. It's the month of March, and this is Women's History Month. So first of all, we want to start off and salute all of the women throughout time who have in some way encouraged, supported, and pushed us further as the human race to experience life as we know it now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to give a personal thank you to my mom. And I also want to take just a moment to honor the great women of Music for Life. So I'm going to start with a member of our core team, Miss Alyssa Janey. So thank you, Alyssa, for all that you've done, not only with Music for Life, but your contributions to music therapy and the landscape of music, period, as you created products, and you were very influential with the world-known percussion company, Remo. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Alyssa, for all that you did and just being a pioneer. We also, of course, want to honor the CEO and owner of Music for Life and the Music Medicine Club, and that is Miss Judith Pinkerton. Thank you, Judith, for all that you've done in creating the protocol, creating Music for Life, and all of the products that we know. What started 30 years ago with Judith and her violin has now become a unique approach to using music as medicine, utilized in universities and colleges across the nation, utilized in various facilities and institutes here in the Las Vegas area, and also a company that has supported over 11,000 clients just in the greater Las Vegas area. So we are just so grateful for you as well, Judith, and all that you've done and are still doing as you too continue to be the engine for Music for Life and the Music Medicine Club. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So now the Moody Monday polls are in and we have a tie. That's right. So you all chose two songs. There was Roar by Katy Perry, representing determination. And then there was Girls Run the World by Beyonce, representing empowerment. So let's get to it. Let's check out just small clips of both songs, and we'll talk about them shortly after. Stay tuned.
You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, the fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Run this mother, run the world, girls, run the world, girls, run the world, girls, run the world, girls. Some of them men think they freak this like we do, but no they don't. Make your check come at their neck, disrespect us, no they won't.
Wow, two great songs. Roar by Katy Perry and Run the World, Beyonce. So let's go ahead and jump in and talk about these two songs. So we'll start with Roar, right? Okay, so high energy or low energy? I would agree. I think this one is high energy. It's also upbeat, right? And then the instruments that we hear heavy percussion and piano. And this is really how the song starts out. And then as we go on in the song, we hear synthesizers and strings that come in and add to the energy. Absolutely. And that percussion creates this marching type of feeling. It just feels like you're going forward. No matter what, you're pushing, you're driving. So when you hear this song, you know, the combination of instruments would lead most people to classify this song, the music of it, as energizing, right? You don't have sounds that sound really harsh or abrasive. You don't have a lot of abrupt sounds or startling sounds, right? But there is a force there. There's a force there, and there's high energy, right? So, yeah, most people, I believe, would classify the music, if they just heard the music by itself, as energizing. Now, let's talk about these great lyrics. So, these lyrics, if you read them in the form of a journal entry written by a loved one, what would you say that person was feeling? As we examine the first verse goes into some goes into explaining some of the past for the writer, right? Talking about how she used to be, but then always comes back to where things stand now, right? And as we go further in the song, it is so much more about the present and about the state of being that this person is experiencing, right? We don't even feel the weight of the past. So I would classify these lyrics as energizing. There may be a small degree of unsettledness, but we really don't feel the unsettledness from the past experiences. We feel more of the focus on the here and the now, right? I've got the eye of the tiger, right? I'm a champion, right? And you will hear me roar, right? This is all present stuff, you know. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, you know. So all of this is present. Therefore, these lyrics are classified as energizing as well. So we've got energizing lyrics, we've got energizing music. This song would be energizing in my book. Okay, let's talk about the other song, Run the World by Beyonce. So this song, high energy or low energy? I would agree. Yes, this song is also high energy, and it is also upbeat. It is faster than Roar, right? And the instrument palette, we again have heavy percussion, right? And so that driving force again creates that marching feel, right? So high energy, high energy. Now some of the other instruments evolved, the synthesizing sounds are a bit more far-reaching than what you hear in Katy Perry's song, right? So there are some sounds in this song that could be somewhat unsettling, maybe bringing out anxiety for someone or irritation, right? So just keep that in mind. I believe that most people that would hear the song could possibly call it energizing, but there are some that if they heard just the music by itself, they wouldn't call it energizing. They might call it unsettling. Okay, so let's go a little bit further. Talk about the lyrics. So if you saw the lyrics written in the form of a journal entry by a loved one or someone that you knew, what would you say they were feeling? Yeah, this one is a little more challenging, right? Because you do have like these undertones, you know. So in general, she is, you know, boasting that girls run the world. And, you know, so on one hand, there's this celebratory element to it. On the other hand, we have to consider the audience and some of the language used in the song because it could represent some degree of unsettledness, maybe being fed up with being overlooked because of femininity, right? Or having experiences where maybe as a woman or expressing feminine energy that equity was not utilized or executed properly, right? And there's even a line in the song that says, F you, pay me, right? And so we know that traditionally in this country, women have not received equal pay as men, right? So there's some undertones of some unsettledness, you know? But overall, this song could also still be very energizing. It really depends on how you interpret the lyrics, how they speak to you, right? And the energy of the music is very, very, very high. So I would say with this one, we have to really be careful. The lyrics may not completely match the music. However, the energy of the music is so high that it could possibly make most people feel somewhat energized. Okay, now let's talk about the songs a little bit deeper. Roar represented determination. So if you selected Roar, that was because when you survey the women in your life, possibly including yourself if you are a woman, you saw determination as that thing that really represented the strength and the beauty of women and feminine energy. And so I just want to talk about determination for a moment and that song, right? How we can utilize this. If someone is in a place, in a space where as a woman or identifying with feminine energy, you are feeling discouraged, maybe feeling challenged in completing some task or some part of your journey, this would be a great song to connect to. This would be a great song, right? To go from lamb to lion. This would be a great song to find that roar inside of you, to find that thing inside of you that allows you to have the clarity of focus, right? To once you sink your teeth into that dream or that goal that you do not let go, Roar will do this for you. It is about that determination. It's about the determination that Harriet Tubman exhibited when she refused to any longer be a slave and dedicated her life to freeing others so that they too never had to experience the humiliation, the pain, the torture, right? The terrorist acts of slavery here in the U.S. That's right. Determination, right? All right. So I want to talk about Run the World for a moment. Run the World was representing empowerment. And so if you chose Run the World, that's because when you look at the women involved in your life, possibly including yourself, the theme that you see is empowerment. And I want to talk about empowerment because sometimes life experiences can cause us to feel powerless. But empowerment is the ability to experience and accept what's happening around us, even in us and through us. But to also know that within me, I have the ability, I have the innate power to change this experience one way or another. Empowerment says I always have another option. Empowerment says that I will not let anything hold me back because I am forever moving forward. It's just about me figuring out how that will happen. That's empowerment, knowing that even though I'm not fully in control, I've got power. I've got the ability to shift and change some things. And that's the feeling that this song gives off. The upbeat tempo and the marching, it just keeps you pushing forward, right? And you can feel that immense surge of energy when you listen to this song, Run the World, right? So if you're in a place where you're feeling powerless, maybe there's a relationship, whether it be on your job, maybe a friendship, maybe a romantic relationship, maybe there's a situation where you just feel like you're not being treated equally. But when you find yourself in situations where you feel powerless or you go back into a space where you feel like you have no options, this would be a great song to play. This song will remind you that in spite of it all, in spite of what I see with my eyes, in spite of what I'm feeling, right? Empowerment is mine. It is a part of me. It is who I am. And so I get to use all that I am in creating a different experience. Yeah. So 2 great songs, Run the World and Roar. 2 great purposes that you can use them for. One of these songs definitely is eligible to be in a music medicine playlist. The other one, you better consult a licensed and certified music medicine practitioner like myself or Judith, right? Okay, and we are available for you if you need that. Just contact us through the website. All right, so we thank you for joining us again for this episode of Friday Faves, and we want to remind you that this is the place where music is medicine. We'll see you next time.